Air travel is coming back, and according to a Travelzoo survey, 33% of Americans are open to traveling internationally in the next 6 months. Gabe Sagile with Travelzoo joins us this morning to talk about this and what loosening restrictions mean for showing COVID-19 vaccine proof. Good morning, Gabe. Always good talking to you.
Hey there, Amanda. Good to see you.
So let's start with the international travel. Where are Americans looking at going right now, according to this survey?
So, yeah, that's an optimistic number, right? 33% of Americans looking to travel internationally in the next 6 months. Now, realistically, where will they be heading? Probably south of the border and the Caribbean. Those are the top two international destinations that people are researching and searching for and booking on our site. Now, 66% are willing to travel internationally over the next year. And that's when I think Europe really starts to come into focus. We've heard from the EU that some restrictions regarding travel out of the U.S. into Europe will start to loosen up in June into July. But as far as people feeling comfortable with really sort of locking down their bookings, airfare, hotel, et cetera, I think we're really looking into the latter part of this year. And I think 2022 summer season, we'll see a pretty nice explosion into travel from the U.S. over to the European continent.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. Looking ahead to 2022, you talk about the EU, the UK on Friday. Transport Secretary said they came out with a list of the green list countries. The United States is not on that country. We don't expect them to probably loosen the restrictions for the United States until maybe beginning of June, maybe May 28th. Talk about those restrictions all around and whether we need to bring our vaccine if we need to.
Yeah, great point. So that green list that everybody was waiting for with a lot of anticipation included a couple of European countries like Portugal and Iceland. It included Australia, New Zealand, some of the islands off the European coast there where the case load numbers are really, really low right now. We're on the amber list here in the U.S. And I think that by next month, by early June, we will probably hop onto that green list. That means that Americans, that means that the residents of the U.K. will sort of have, will be able to travel to the U.S. and then head back home without having to quarantine. That said, the vaccination issue is really sort of what's creating this big sort of question mark around travel from the U.S. over to Europe. We do know that you will probably need to show proof of vaccination or at least proof of a negative COVID test when the time comes that allows us to travel over to Europe. How is that going to be assessed? That is still up in the air. We know that the EU is working on a sort of a green passport, a digital platform with QR codes. Initially, that's really going to be about facilitating travel within the EU for EU citizens. We're hoping that by the end of the summer, those regulations become a little bit more clear for American travelers. But I think this idea that we're going to have to at least have some sort of proof, whether it's that paper certificate or at some point a digital platform to showcase the fact that we are doubly vaccinated or that we are at least negative or have antibodies against COVID, will be part of the travel experience. But again, this uncertainty, Amanda, is what I think is getting a lot of people looking at bargains now. We're seeing some fantastic airfare to Europe as we speak. By the time things begin to come into focus, I think in June and July, I think we'll see a spike in airfare as demand ramps up, as bookings go up. So for folks who are comfortable with booking airfare now, vacation packages now for travel late this year or into next year or even beyond, the bargains we're seeing now will probably be short-lived. And it's really a matter of feeling comfortable with booking those now before they go away over the next several weeks, couple of months.
Before I ask you about Mexico and the Caribbean real quick, you've got a $265 deal to Paris, which saves you $600 for a 2-night stay. That's incredible, travelzoo.com. And I know we are short on time here, but Mexico and the Caribbean, do it now. Those prices are incredibly expensive.
Yeah, airfare has gone up dramatically because people are finally, just in the last couple of weeks, starting to hone in on their summer vacations. The good news for folks who are traveling south of the border, pretty much every resort there is offering on site and for free and within 24 hours those COVID tests that we will need to head back home. So resorts south of the border in the Caribbean are making it super easy, super attractive for Americans to consider them as international destinations over the next 6 months while we wait for Europe and the rest of the world to become a little bit more clear, and that'll happen, I think, as we head toward the middle to the latter part of the summer season.
Yeah, in the Caribbean and Mexico, they have those great beaches, so why not?
Oh, yeah.
Gabe, thank you so much. Website, travelzoo.com. Always great talking to you. Have a good one.
Thanks, Amanda. You too.